So when I met Terra for the first time, I was fully blown away by not only her professionalism and her passion, but just you as a mom. I think we bonded almost immediately, and it's just been such a pleasure building our businesses together.
When I imagined Mindful Mamas, I wanted a virtual sanctuary. I think those are the exact terms that I said. I said, I want women to feel held and just like they can take the biggest breath that maybe they've had all day right when they open the app. I didn't necessarily come in with so much of, I want this button here or this animation to pull out here. It was more of a feeling that I articulated, and the team was so wonderful at pulling together what that could actually look like. From the colors to the buttons to the way that somebody navigates through it, every little piece of intricacy and detail in the app has been talked about and thought about, and we've come at it from different angles, and it was such a collaborative experience. I can't imagine it not helping a woman feel exactly what we intended to make them feel when they open the app.
You were so engaged in testing every single piece of the application and making sure that the user had the experience that you wanted for them.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that was such a big piece of why this worked, is because you were so engaged in making sure it hit the mark.
Yeah, I mean, I built this always channeling the collective mother. What are moms missing? What do they not have? And how can we create it for them?
So my favorite feature of the app is the mini pause, and the reason why is because mindfulness was actually really intimidating for me. I had tried some of the other really popular mindfulness apps and meditation apps because I knew that it was a thing to do, but I just couldn't do it. The mini pause really gave me the confidence with these short little bursts where I could learn and practice and try. And with each little mini pause, I got more confidence and I got more momentum.
Yeah, I mean, we really wanted to make sure that women were able to take the practices off the mat, so to speak, and into their real life. Because if you're not able to generalize it into those everyday moments, what's the point?
Absolutely.
So I love that you love that. That's one of my favorites too. Blending Mindful Mamas with AppIt, it couldn't have gone any better. I remember when I came to the team meeting, I said, so you guys got to do something for me, and I hope that this is okay. I said, but can we start every meeting with gratitude? Like, let's just go around and say one tiny thing we're grateful for. And it was right then, you just felt all parties involved kind of settle in their seat, and it became less about the business and more about the relationship and the trust that was built. And through that trust, that's when the magic happened. That's when the designs happened. That's when the development happened. It was so seamless once we got that trust built.
Any successful project relies on a client that's fully engaged and fully involved and is clear about what they're trying to accomplish. And I think that's why the project was so successful from a technical standpoint and the business side, because you knew what you wanted. And you trusted us when we said, hey, we wouldn't do this from a technical perspective and here's why, and you trusted us. And I think the end result was way better than we could have ever imagined because of that trust.
Oh my gosh, where do I even begin? I felt like I learned a new language working with you guys. I had no idea what went into building a piece of technology like this, and I just kind of think back to the day when I cold called your sales team and was like, can I get a meeting? I have this idea for an app. I don't know what the process is like, how much it costs, how long it takes, but can I meet with you? And when I met Amanda for the first time and she kind of walked me through the process, my jaw was on the floor a little bit because I couldn't believe that A, I got a meeting with you, and B, that you actually thought my idea was good. And I remember going home to my husband and saying, like, I don't know what I just got myself into, but we're gonna make an app.
surround yourself with people you can trust. And that means advisors, right? So I think a lot of female entrepreneurs, we get into this because we're really good at one thing, or it's a single driving passion that pulls us into whatever it is that we're doing. You know, for me, it was custom software, and I have a revenue background. I can't be expected to have every single detail figured out on financial literacy and legal organization and how to do a go-to-market launch. I know how to sell, and that is my strategy. And so I would say surround yourself with experts that know what they're doing, that you can trust, and don't be so hard on yourself.
You know, the biggest piece of advice that I would give a fellow woman entrepreneur is to trust that you can do the damn thing. I have been so grounded in trusting that when I said yes to this, I said yes to this, and there was no other way out but through. And that would be my biggest piece of advice, is to just trust when you say yes, you go all the way.